Democrats are getting their asses kicked. We need some way to road test a more rural-friendly message.
If you can't live your principles in the bad times, I guess they aren't principles, they're just hobbies.
Nice.
John Wayne and a tractor have a baby, and all you can say is nice.
Really nice. Oh my God, it's so nice.
Well, Jon Stewart has always been one of the sharpest minds out there on the comedy scene, one very concerned with the world around him, America, politics. We've saw it over and over. He won Emmys every year as a host of that show, host of the Oscars, many different things too. One of the sharpest minds around, no question, and a very fine filmmaker, as he proved a few years ago with his debut feature, Rosewater, which I was very impressed with, and I am just as impressed with Irresistible. If you look within the title of the movie, it also spells out resist, and this is Jon Stewart's resistance against politics as usual, against what it's become.
Colonel Jack Hastings is our key back into the great now swing state of Wisconsin. He just doesn't know it yet.
What happens here is a political consultant played by Steve Carell. His name's Gary Zimmer. He sees footage that's gone viral of a guy, a retired Lieutenant Colonel Jack Hastings. He's played by Chris Cooper, and he's making an impassioned speech on behalf of these undocumented workers in this small town. And suddenly the light goes off in Zimmer's head that this guy would make a great political candidate, a kind of throwback to the kind of person that this country was built on. And he travels to this small town to convince this very reluctant guy to run for mayor against the entrenched Republican mayor now. And all of a sudden, all this money, all these political machinations, the analytics people, the polling people, everything comes out, and this becomes a microcosm for a bigger election, for a bigger look at politics in America today, and how absurd it is and how out of control it is with all the money that's thrown in here. Here, a small town mayoral election turns into something you would think they were running for president, and it's hilarious. This is satire to its core, and Stewart really knows how to present it. And I love the fact when I saw this movie, I immediately thought of Capra's films, particularly Mr. Smith Goes to Washington with James Stewart, and that turns out to have been an inspiration for this Stewart here, Jon Stewart. Also, you know, one of my all-time favorite movies, The Candidate, it won an Academy Award for its screenwriter Jeremy Larner, and clearly that was an inspiration here. And I would add a little bit of Billy Wilder. This movie is wickedly funny, full of twists and turns, and it's fun to watch. It's not just up to this Democratic hotshot consultant, Steve Carell, calling the shots. When the Republicans get wind of it, they send in his arch nemesis, Faith Brewster, played to the hilt by Byrne, and the two of them go at each other. It really proves this is a race between the consultants, not really the two guys running for this office. It's great.
This little campaign of ours has caught the attention of the National Republican Party. Why are you here?
Because crushing the last piece of hope in your eyes really gets me off. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
You look fat.
Mackenzie Davis, very fine here as Diana, who is also Gary Zimmer's daughter. She's sharp enough in helping him out on the campaign, as are Topher Grace, who's his pollster, and Natasha Lyonne, who's the analytics person. But it really is the battle of wits between Carell and Rose Byrne's characters here that make this tick. I gotta say, this is so well timed. Obviously, in an election year, for this to come out now, I really hope that people will go see this and see the absurdity of it all, because it's there. Jon Stewart's knocked it out of the park with this one. I highly recommend it. It hits video on demand, and please find it any which way you can. I hope it plays all through election season. I say, watch.